Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play The Witness. So, before we get going, I wanted to make a little announcement. So, the week of June 8th or 7th, if you want to start on a Sunday, I'm probably going to not be publishing a video every single day. It's going to be a pretty busy week for me, so I'm doing this one just to kind of help, I'm doing this right after the last one, just to kind of help me get a little momentum going into the week. But if I do, I don't really want to say drop the ball, but just if I don't really have a lot of time, I don't want to needlessly stress myself out, because that's not a good mindset to be in while you're trying to do puzzles anyway. So if you don't see a video from me one day, just know that that was totally planned, and after next week we'll be going back to every day. So let's go ahead and start off by listening to this tape recorder.
Therefore, I thank you, my God, because you make clear to me that there is no other way of approaching you except that which to all humans, even to the most learned philosophers, seems wholly inaccessible and impossible. For you have shown me that you cannot be seen elsewhere than where impossibility confronts and obstructs me. O Lord, you, who are the food of the mature, have given me courage to do violence to myself, for impossibility coincides with necessity, and I have discovered that the place where you are found unveiled is girded about with the coincidence of contradictories. This is the wall of paradise, and it is there in paradise that you reside. The wall's gate is guarded by the highest spirit of reason, and unless it is overpowered, the way in will not lie open. Thus, it is on the other side of the coincidence of contradictories that you will be able to be seen, and nowhere on this side. If, therefore, impossibility is necessity in your sight, O Lord, there is nothing which your sight does not see. Nicholas of Cusa, 1453.
It's interesting that they talk about religious quotes and sort of like scientific philosophy quotes. But there was a little bit of saying that the very last part, there's nothing that your sight doesn't see, and then we see this like tube with a bunch of screens of them looking everywhere. So this person's maybe playing God. Paradise could be this island that they were trying to create. They were trying to create a paradise. Food for thought. Oh my god. What? Well, that's not going to be distracting at all. Fancy. Oh god, and the noise too. Now the question is this a solid pathway? Yep. But obviously we need to go around this to be able to get to whatever's over there. Suppose these will help. Let's go back up. Now it is tilted. So we could do... oh, I can't. Really? That will not work. That's in a really bad spot. So I need to avoid like this line pretty much altogether. I'm curious if like this will raise or lower this center pillar. give us a nice view of this right here. What is that? These are like the rejects. Why won't you let me click on it? God, because the cursor's not lined up. Yeah, I know why that was wrong. Oh. Where was my start point? It was like over here somewhere. haven't seen this stuff yet. Interesting that the glass is broken. Right there. And right here. Oh my, excuse me. I'm allergic to these puzzles. That's what it is. This is problematic right here. I guess that is too. My, excuse me. Is this 6 squares? I think it is. So I should be able to do that. This scale thing is really messing with me. There you go. Now this would really, really, really help if I was... not off center from it. Oh god, and it's moving too. Holy moly. Oh god. I don't like that. We don't have to go through that door right now. Okay, see some stuff. Does that look like the temple ruins to you? I mean, oh, we have not seen that. Where is it? Oh, tape recorder.
The relation between the controller and the controlled is reciprocal. The scientist in the laboratory studying the behavior of a pigeon designs contingencies and observes their effects. His apparatus exerts a conspicuous control on the pigeon, but we must not overlook the control exerted by the pigeon. The behavior of the pigeon has determined the design of the apparatus and the procedures in which it is used. Some such reciprocal control is characteristic of all science. As Francis Bacon put it, nature, to be commanded, must be obeyed. The scientist who designs a cyclotron is under the control of the particles he is studying. The behavior with which a parent controls his child, either aversively or through positive reinforcement, is shaped and maintained by the child's responses. A psychotherapist changes the behavior of his patient in ways which have been shaped and maintained by his success in changing that behavior. A government or religion prescribes and imposes sanctions selected by their effectiveness in controlling citizen or communicant. An employer induces his employees to work industriously and carefully with wage systems determined by their effects on behavior. The classroom practices of the teacher are shaped and maintained by the effects on his students. In a very real sense, then, the slave controls the slave driver, the child, the parent, the patient, the therapist, the citizen, the government, the communicant, the priest, the employee, the employer, and the student, the teacher. B.F. Skinner, 1971.
Oh my god, I do not like this. Oh god. Oh my god, it's moving faster. Oh. This is like cruel and unusual punishment right here. on, pony. Now I know for a fact I swore that time. Crud. Well, this is a great way to give yourself a headache. Jiminy Christmas. I am dizzy now. Like, legitimately dizzy. It's terrible. Well, now that we know we can get in here from over there, maybe we try and resolve this again. Which means I probably would have been fine if I kept it the way that I had it. Oopsies. That should work. Oh. Never mind. What if I could get over there? That won't quite work either, unfortunately. I guess I will. This isn't a symbol I don't feel like we've seen before. This is the monastery.
Two major schools of Zen exist in Japan, the Rinzai and the Soto. Both have the same goal of seeing the world unmediated, but their approaches are different. In the Soto school, the emphasis is on quiet contemplation in a seated position without a particular focus for thought. The method in the Rinzai school, however, is to put the intellect to work on problems that have no logical resolution. Such problems are known as koans, from the Chinese kengan, meaning public announcement. Some are mere questions. For example, when your mind is not dwelling on the dualism of good and evil, what is your original face before you were born? Others are set in a question and answer form, like, what is the Buddha? Answer, 3 pounds of flax, or the cypress tree in the courtyard, to name but two of the classic responses. According to tradition, there are 1,700 such conundrums in the Zen repertoire. and their common aim is to induce a kind of intellectual catastrophe, a sudden jump which lifts the individual out of the domain of words and reason into a direct, non-mediated experience known as Satori. Zen differs from other meditative forms, including other schools of Buddhism, in that it does not start from where we are and gradually lead us to a clear view of the true way of the world. It is not a progressive system in this respect. The sole purpose of studying Zen is to have Zen experiences, sudden moments, like flashes of lightning, when the intellect is short-circuited and there is no longer a barrier between the experiencer and reality. David Darling, 1996.
I definitely feel like this game is trying to create Zen moments. There we go. I can talk. Actually, let me try this. And I'm curious if these trees are considered cypress trees. Actually, not very interesting for you, but I want to look up what a cypress leaf looks like. Because I bet you those leaves we've been seeing on the ground, a lot of them have been cypress trees. Maybe not. Cypress is an evergreen tree. And I don't believe we have really seen a lot of cypress in this game, if any. Maybe those really tall trees might have been. But I'm pretty sure they didn't have pine needles. I don't know. Maybe. I can't remember off the top of my head. But my bet is that there was a cypress tree somewhere in this game to link up with that quote. Okay, now I'm going to take a picture so I can see the squares, and then I'm going to put these metal thingies in the rows. You know, for a smart person, I say some really dumb stuff sometimes. This is problematic, though. So maybe I want it to be like this, because these are all the same color. There we go. Ooh, and now we got this little fun thing, she says sarcastically. Oh goody. Because my head wasn't hurting enough already. This is super inconvenient, by the way. Not that they would ever do anything convenient. There's a hexagon there. Hexagon. Oh, you son of a biscuit. No. But I don't see how else. Really? Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, so I didn't do any of those right. Oh boy. I don't get it. Because how am I supposed to do this and then still be able to have that shape that it wants? I mean, I can do this, but then it's basically impossible to separate these two. And there isn't another yellow shape for me to add. Unless this isn't 3 and it's 4. Oh, you sneaky, sneaky thing. Oh god. Wow. feel like playing like these puzzles in particular. Doing this with like a altered mental state would be ridiculous. Oops. I do think I need to get that piece. And maybe come up here. Enjoying this part one frickin' bit. Getting closer. Hate is a strong word, but I really, really, really don't like you. Thank goodness. Now this one's at least just hard to see. So, what did that do? There's clearly more wires. what's this? The puzzle has been magically solved. What is going on? So I'll tell you what's going on. It's not magic. In fact, this puzzle and a lot of other puzzles are now solved because my computer decided to stop recording and not tell me that it stopped recording. Which is really unfortunate because the feedback I got today while I was waiting for this episode to upload on YouTube is that these challenges are really entertaining for you guys to watch. So I'll try to do my best and give you hopefully some interesting commentary. And maybe I'll notice something that I didn't notice before, but already looking for things. I don't suppose there are any environmental paths in here. I didn't see an obelisk, so... But anyway, I mean, it was already a pretty long video, so hopefully this will help condense that down a little bit. But I still wanted to share with you my progress, and I figured that just abruptly ending the video wasn't really the way I wanted to do things, since I can't really undo what happened. I don't think there's a way for me to find that footage. I think it's just didn't get stored on my computer at all, up to the 15-minute mark. So, and I don't really want to try and mislead you guys and pretend like I'm resolving everything over again. So, up here, I noticed it's different windmill designs, which I thought was kind of cool. Wood shavings. And then over here, we got different treehouse designs. If maybe these are cypress trees, or the ones that are growing on the mountainside, or those are also evergreen trees, and those are also evergreen trees. So, any of those could maybe be cypress, like in the recording that we listened to. I also noticed there's a lot of really creepy statues. He's not too bad, but he's still a little creepy. Okay, so this was actually my favorite part, and probably the part I'm the saddest about that you guys didn't get to witness me solve. I didn't really have any trouble with it. Big surprise. Basically, what I had to do was just pay attention to the color as it changed, and the ones that are basically staying the same color as the background changes are the same. And with this one I just had to wait for the background to be orange and compare, as well as employing the same idea as the ones that are completely on this color changing side are the same when they stay together, mainly these two, or I guess these three and these two. Same idea here. The line changing color didn't really throw me off at all. Same idea here. Basically had to wait for it to turn blue, which was kinda, well, while staring at it. And then this was my favorite because it's all rainbowy. Although I don't know why they put this at the end, because to me this was the easiest, because the squares are actually staying the same color, just the background and the lines have like colorful psychedelic movement behind them. And then we have all these rainbowy flowers, and this was like my favorite part, and I'm really sad that you guys didn't get to see that when I solved it. So... Oh, and then we have like all the different types of flora. I think I don't know if they're all here, but there's a good deal of them. The majority, I would say. And there you can see the roses spilling out into the floor we were just on. We got drawings. These I don't really recognize. I don't recognize this. Or this, really. Or that. I mean, that looks like maybe the town. I was curious if, like, these were real, actual developer drawings, like when they were creating the game and they just kind of stuck them in here as this part. I think that'd be really cool if that was what they did. I mean, obviously these are hand-drawn by someone, but it would just be cool if it was part of the game creation process and not really the not really just thrown in here because that's what's happening in the quote story, unquote. Okay, well here's something I can do that'll almost definitely mess me up. Oh yeah, definitely mess me up. Oh wait, no, I can do this. Not too bad. Whoop. I'm also curious if there's, as far as like the number of desks and chairs and stuff in those tubes, if there's, I mean, I don't know if they would have been that in-depth with it, but you never know. It'd be fun if they have the same number of desks and chairs in that tube, monitors and stuff, as there are, or people working on this game. That would be kind of funny. Okay, now we had this, which basically was a series of, like, you basically had to solve them all consecutively, which was challenging for me with my short-term memory issues, as you might have thought. So basically, I mean, I could do these three fairly easily because I can fit them all on my screen, and then once I got here, I basically took a picture of these three and then just added in the information and then once I got here, I basically figured I could do, I don't remember if I did the same shape or if it was very similar. So I tried to do this one without looking at a picture and I ended up being successful. I also noticed these, like, looks like char marks from like electrical burnout or something. Okay. And then you had to mess with the puzzle to get it right so you could go back to the other side and then fix it so you could go out the door. And I think when I was doing this, because like I advertised in the description of the video, which I put in before I realized that a good portion of my playthrough was actually missing, was that floor was the second time that I did support, and then I berated myself and concluded that it must have just been easier for me to swear because I had already thought of what I'd done. And I already let the cat out of the bag, so I would just go crazy and like not restraining myself as well. Makes it like the color lab. That, not so much. there's a way to stop this mid-ride. And here is where I ended the video. So I basically solved all of these exclusion puzzles really quickly because I love exclusion puzzles, and then the rest of the floor lit up and I had to deal with this, which I messed with a couple times, but I don't know. I feel like the solution is that I need to basically create the shape. But I'm not sure how to do that. Because when I did the square before on this one, I could do this, and it didn't flash. So that's why I think that I have to basically do all apply all the shapes, which will be really difficult to do mirrored like I have right now, so I'm definitely going to have to play with that and come up with a better combination. But anyways, that was where I concluded the video. I'm really sorry that you guys didn't get to see it. I was really disappointed. I figured out what the issue was, and I fixed it. So I feel like we've had like all the different minor difficulties you could have with like recording videos. So I mean, at least we're like getting them all out of the way so they won't ever happen again, right? So feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate your support, guys. Really do. And I've been noticing a couple new commenters, which is also really exciting. So hopefully as we go through, especially this inner mountain part, we might get some more traction, because it seems like these are extra frustrating and hence very entertaining to watch. So maybe we'll gain some more friends along the way as we reach the end. But I will see you guys next time on Let's Play Pony.